Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Door Shutter coming back to you with a brand new episode of Craftoria. And today, I want to fix something that I actually missed last episode, which is this right here. So as you can see, we have two different types of gold blocks, and I actually completely and utterly missed this. And it was the same for iron, I just fixed iron. And what we're going to do, of course, is we've actually removed this drawer, so if we just add it, so just right click in the air to switch between remove and add. So we're going to change this to remove. We're going to remove this drawer, unlock this drawer, take all that is in here out, and then grab some gold nuggets, put them in the bottom right corner. I don't think it actually matters which corner you put them in. As long as you just put them in, you should be fine. So then we're going to add, lock, add, lock. And yes, I'm almost out of iron. I'm going to deal with that here in a minute. So we basically have gold block compacting stuff from Craftoria just like added in. I'm not sure what these are used for in all honesty, but that's a thing. So just keep that in mind, and that'll be for basically everything. We don't have any other options here as of right now, but if I were to do copper, I would assume that would be the same case as well. So just want to let you guys know that. I have been gathering up some resources, as you can see, because we are really low on things like iron and a handful of other stuff. Man, I really don't need any more copper, but I keep getting more copper. I'm actually going to leave this in this backpack for a minute. I need to process some iron, some gold, and I need to find a better processing method, really. I would love to do occultism, but we kind of did that one already. I really don't want to do occultism again. Um, let's see. I mean, realistically, the purification chamber is a really easy option. It's not complicated to make oxygen, from what I remember. Let's see. That was purification. Let's bookmark this for a second. So oxygen, of course, is the electrolytic separator. You just put water in here, you get hydrogen and oxygen, and then you can push that oxygen into the purification chamber, and that would guarantee a double of ore. And actually, you've got a recipe where you could do 9 raw ore at once, which would be fantastic. Let's see. So yeah, like right here. So I think this might be the method I want to go for. And I can't remember. This is also part of the full chain anyway, isn't it? It looks like you could actually load this with flint if you wanted to instead. Hmm. Okay. Let's work towards that. I need iron, and I need a better source of it. So this will just be a better source, and I don't think I've ever actually took a step in this direction without going all the way. So we're gonna do that, and I think that'll be good. Let's get that. Oop. So this will be the enrichment chamber, and this will be the purification chamber. And then we now need the electrolytic separator, which isn't too complicated. And that will get us the ability to get a sink as well. Completely out of iron. For the purification chamber, right, we need to look at what this will do for us in the long run. So purification, so you take raw iron and then you convert that into iron clumps. Iron clumps then need to go into a crusher, which this is an enrichment chamber. So a crusher, so like this. I'm just going to steal this crusher. I'll probably make another one. And I'm probably going to not put this here, per se. I might move this whole thing downstairs. Because I know it's going to be a little bit bigger of a system than the other ones. But I know we're also running out of space. We could probably shove it in this wall, I think. That should work. So, realistically, our input should be here. Okay, so this will be where our items are pushed into. So we'll need a... I guess I'm just going to take out this water source here. Item pipe, barrel. Pull out of that. And then, see if I can grab up some stone here. Okay, so there is our picking up of items into the purification chamber. So let's just go in here. Let's do input on the bottom and then output on the top, because then that will feed into the crusher. So input and then output. We'll need a smelter, energized smelter. And then that will be input, and then we can say output could be the left. So then that should function, right? We put something in here with oxygen. So if we actually quickly just grab like a stack of flint real fast. Cool. We did this, and then we provided this with power, which I'm going to grab some cable. Pipes, not cable. I always do that for some reason. And I'm going to run these back here rather than through the side. And then we'll have the import or whatever for our actual main system here. Is that functioning? Oh, it's not letting me pull power in. Gotta reset that whole thing. Why are you not? Oh, it's because your pipes are bugged out. Okay, that should be good. So then this will process, and it will go up to the crusher. Let's actually quickly grab... Does this thing actually use any other upgrades? It does. It does have a chemical upgrade. So a chemical upgrade is one that's not very commonly used in a lot of Mekanism machines, but it is very, very handy because it actually lets your oxygen, or whatever you're using, so your main chemical, for example, here would be oxygen, and allows for it to be more efficient. That's basically all it is. And we can only do 8 of these. So I would want to get more raw iron, but I'm not going to do that right now. And I'm going to grab another stack of flint, because I just want some of this to process up here. And we're going to look at upgrades, just the other Mekanism upgrades, because I want to grab speed. Ooh, I'm out of infused alloy. Okay, let me get some infused alloy. But basically, this is almost complete. All we need to do now is get an electrolytic separator, and we need to get... Actually, I guess if I put this here, I could just grab a fluid pipe from Modern Dynamics. And I wouldn't have to worry about putting a new sink down. And it's already set to output. So all we need to do is make sure that we have dumping of hydrogen. Our oxygen is being pushed out to the left here. So we're going to do input there. And that should now make this basically perfect for what we need it for. Okay. So that is functioning. That is perfect. Okay. It looks like we're having some issues here. Probably because I need to set this to... No, it's on output. And then input. Oh, do I need... I need the enrichment chamber. Okay. I just missed one step. Hold on. So we still do need the enrichment chamber. It's just in between the crusher. So I'm going to snag this enrichment chamber. I'll make a new one later. I'll make a crusher and an enrichment chamber later. Okay. So we're going to move this guy up. Okay. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Perfect. Okay. And then that will now give us the smelting process. Okay, perfect. Beautiful. So this is actually pure ore doubling, right? I know we could technically get into occultism and get to like 6 times pretty quickly, but honestly, I'm okay with doing it this way. And I know technically modern industrializations isn't even this efficient because their macerator, I don't believe, actually gives you a 100% result. So if we look, so like raw antimony, yeah, you still only have a 0.5 or basically 0.5 chance of getting it, or 50% chance. So realistically, this is your better ore processing option, which we can combine when we start looking at quarries and stuff. That would be pretty cool. All right, now how are we going to pull this out? Let's figure that out real quick. So import into the system. So we're going to want an import bus. And some cable. And we're not really worrying about channels right now, by the way. That'll be something we will worry about later down the road. But for right now, we shouldn't have to worry about it too much because we're doing so little with our system. Okay. And then to cover this up, we're going to grab some stone facades. If you don't know how to craft these, it's basically put a block in the middle and then do cable anchors. And cable anchors are an AE2 knife with a metal ingot. And that makes things perfect. That's how I've covered up this cable here. You can see there's cable facades for stone bricks. I did that off camera, I do believe. So that is beautiful. All right, so now we can toss in our important ores. And I can see that this thing is processing through all of its power. And my system is probably going to die here sooner or later. So that is something we will have to figure out quite quickly. So what I'm going to do is I'm knocking the power off from this for now. And I'm going to work on getting the upgrades, especially energy upgrades. Get all 8 for these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times 8. So 40 total energy upgrades. And that this thing will then be able to run. I may be able to smack at least 2 speed upgrades in them a piece. But for right now, energy is where I want to go. So I will do that. And I will be right back. Alright, I'm still working on a couple things here, but I wanted to let you guys know that I actually just got our first gem from Apotheosis. And earlier, before I started recording, I actually got these wind-swept leather boots from an Enderman in the Nether. I've been just killing them to get Ender Pearls. And that actually allowed for us to get the first tier, the Haven tier, unlocked, which is pretty cool. I don't really know the difference. There's no breakdown of anything different here. But yeah, we've got Haven. Getting the gem did nothing. But there was like an advancement. Yeah, World Tier Haven. Haven is unlocked when you find your first affixed item. I don't know where that is though. Because it's an advancement. It says it's an advancement. But I don't see it in here. Is it... Trying to see if it's like maybe in some of the vanilla tabs. It's your Mekanism tab. Bumble Zone, Occultism, Minecraft. Nothing. Nothing in there. Dungeons. Oh, here it is. I guess it just unlocked whenever we picked that up. Because it wasn't here the other day. So, World Tier Frontier. Equip a full set of affixed items to progress into the Frontier. Okay. And then equip a full set of uncommon gear and slay an invader to begin your ascent. Interesting. All right. So that is pretty cool. I guess whenever we got that first affixed item, it unlocked this whole thing, which is pretty nifty. All right. I did not notice that. But yeah, just wanted to let you guys know that because that's actually pretty nifty. And I'm going to quickly throw in some more copper here. But yeah, I will be right back. Just wanted to let you guys know we are still trying to get a few other odds and ends completed down here. I guess we can just go take a look. So I've got all energy upgrades, no speed upgrades as of current. And it looks like, yeah, we're back. We're balancing this out. So these things are full because they're not using as much power now, which is fantastic. But they are pretty slow. But overall, I'm not really caring about speed too much as long as they're processing. I will worry about getting some iron and stuff in the future. That's not too big of a deal. But yeah, so let me keep on keeping on here. I'm probably going to look at a handful more things. I probably want to look at getting power, energizing orb sooner or later. I guess, actually, before we, like, cut the camera, let's grab an elevator. I really want one of these because I really get tired of climbing up and down those ropes. So if we just snag this up here, and I'm just going to put this right here. And this way, if we want to add more levels to the basement, you know, a sub-basement kind of thing, we could totally go ahead and do that. And that means we can get rid of all of this, which is fantastic as well. Which I'm just going to do shapeless. And then we can cover up the holes. And this will just be much, much quicker getting up and down and all of that stuff. All right, be right back. All right, we're switching gears here a little bit. And I realize that power is not going to be in the cards right now because we need resources. And to do this, we're going to use some resources. I've got an osmium compressor here that we're going to use in the future for making refined obsidian ingots. So one of the problems, as of current, is I don't actually have any obsidian. And I actually don't really know a good way to get obsidian. I know we have things like the dripping upgrade, which I don't actually know what this is. Let's actually check this out. From functional storage here. And I'm just going to place that. There we go. And then we are going to then do a cauldron. And we're going to grab this. So I'm going to assume that we put this in a fluid drawer. Where is a fluid drawer? Right here. So this requires a bucket. Swamp silver ingots. Huh. So I'm just going to set this down right here. See what happens. So this does generate lava, and actually quite quickly. Not gonna lie, that's pretty quick. It's definitely not the fastest, but that's a way to generate lava. There's also a obsidian generator upgrade, which is 4 dripping upgrades plus the water generator. Let's see if we can score another one of these real quick. I actually need that. Well, actually, I guess 4 of them. So I might need some more iron real quick. Let me go downstairs here. See if I can get this thing producing iron rather than gold. Nope. Gold is like being processed. Okay. We'll have to let the gold process down. So my thought is to get a digital miner. This will just help us for a little while. It's not going to be like a permanent solution for resources, but getting things like iron has been a pain. That should speed it up pretty darn quickly. And of course, that's why I've got the thermo generators, a sink on me, and some improved pipe upgrades and some energy pipes, so that way we could actually get this going. But of course, right now we do need a handful of things that we don't have access to. So let me snag this stuff. Actually, I'm going to grab some enriched coal real quick, or enriched carbon. I'm going to grab 2 of these bad boys. I'm going to let this process up the rest of the steel. I need steel, of course, for the machine chassis and stuff like that for Mekanism. So that should be good. So we should be able... How many buckets do I have? 3, so there's 4. So if I just do bucket, bucket. Okay. And then dripping upgrade. Okay, so I'm going to need more cauldrons, so this is not going to work. And I guess we actually already have a 3rd. We'll just snag this one. Okay. And then... I guess I'm just going to wait real quick on... you know, hurry up and wait with this iron that should be processing anytime soon. So, I'll be right back. Alright, so we're making the obsidian generator upgrade here. I'm going to assume that we just need a functional storage drawer. And we just right-click. So how does this one work? That is a good question. Do we have any info in the quest book? We have upgrades, but we don't have anything mentioning what it does. Okay. Oh, it actually generated. So it's slow. Pretty darn slow. Okay. I mean, it's an idle resource at that point, so I'm going to be okay with that. And I am going to let it process, I guess. I mean, realistically, there's not much else I can do. I can go harvest up some normal obsidian, which is totally something I can go and do. I was just trying to check this out and see what it's all about, because I've seen it in here for a hot minute. I just never went and messed with it. So the fact that we actually have like a passive generation, that's fine by me. Honestly, absolutely fine by me. So I'm actually going to grab a functional storage upgrade. I'm just going to let this guy sit and produce. And I would assume we could probably get more obsidian generator upgrades, maybe 3 in one container, and that might make this go quicker. Not 100% sure. Alright, let me go get some by hand now, since I know that's going to be too slow for really what I need it for. So I'm going to grab a bucket of water. I'm going to go find some lava pits, which I think there's a couple around me. Yeah, there's one over in this direction. So I'm going to go turn that into obsidian, get a few stacks, and then we'll get into getting the digital miner. Alrighty, so I went and got a few stacks of obsidian. So that did work out in our favor. I found a few lava pools on the surface. So what we're going to do with these, of course, is get refined obsidian. So refined obsidian. This is made by getting refined obsidian dust. So refined obsidian ingots are in the osmium compressor with a piece of osmium plus the refined obsidian dust. And to get the refined obsidian dust, we need an enriched diamond or a normal diamond to get 10 millibuckets. So remember, enriched gives you 80, while the normal would give you 10. So a normal diamond gives you 10, enriched diamond gives you 80. So we can then put in either one piece of obsidian, which would require 4. So basically, one enriched a diamond would give us 2. So that would give us 8 at the end of the day. So I think I'm going to run that method. And that should allow for us to then get this also, which is the metallurgic infuser. Because realistically, we don't need these ingots currently. I don't think we do, at least. Let me check. We actually could get tools and stuff out of these, which this tool set's actually really decent. I'm not going to lie. I don't even know what it's comparable to. Is it netherite that it's actually comparable to? Let's see. 9, 3, 20. So yeah, this is actually better. I think its durability is worse, though. So that's just something to keep in mind. Okay, so we are going to be getting the digital miner. So let's just look at the recipe for that. So we need atomic alloy, which of course is refined obsidian, which is enriched obsidian, and 1 reinforced alloy. Reinforced alloy is diamond, 2 diamonds, or a bit of the enriched, what, 1/3 of the, no, 1/4, right? 2, we get 8. I don't even know. I think it's 1/3 of the enriched diamond plus an infused alloy gives us reinforced. So we're going to have to get 2 atomic alloys, 1 basic control circuit, teleportation cores, which we do have enough ender pearls. Some more atomic alloy, so that is 2, 4, right? So 2, 4, and then 5, 6. Ooh, I don't know what that is. I guess that's on the F9 key, which is my resume recording button. So this is, of course, making the refined obsidian dust. I'm then taking some of that over to the enrichment chamber, which is already processed. So we actually have enriched obsidian now. And then, of course, this is going to go over into the atomic alloy. We don't need control circuits. I don't think I saw those. Digital miner. I don't think I saw those. I don't think there's anything really too expensive other than the refined obsidian alloy here. which we could actually go ahead and quickly make up 2 of these here on camera. So we're just going to grab some osmium. So osmium goes in the bottom slot, and then refined obsidian dust goes in here. And then we are going to quickly mute. This thing sounds like a donkey. Doesn't sound like it doesn't sound like a machine. It sounds like a donkey going hee-haw, hee-haw, but it's very distorted. Oh, that's funny. Okay. All right, but that gives us the 2 refined obsidian ingots, so 1-to-1 ratio. So that'll be the robit. Those aren't that expensive either, so let's actually quickly just make the robit real fast. So 1, 2, then robit. Oh, I don't have all of it. So robit. I actually don't know what the robit does, by the way. Okay, so the last piece, of course, is the atomic alloy. So let me get that started. So I'm going to dump in that. And then grab infused. And then toss that in here. This is definitely not enough. I think it's only going to be 8, right? It's 2-to-1. So that'll be 8 in total infused alloys. And then these are going to be moved over into here to then make the next portion, which I don't know what this one is either. So this is a 4-to-1 ratio. So we're going to definitely need more enriched obsidian to do this. But, yeah, so that's the process. I just want to quickly show you, because I know I said stuff about it, but I didn't show you guys. Alright, Wandering Trader, you're being a dirtbag. You're leading zombies into my base. Just trying to take a chill pill here. Alright, so here's the robot. And then we just now need to look at the digital miner, which is going to require a couple more pieces that I haven't crafted yet, but just wanted to show you guys a little bit of just that process. It's not a bad process, it just definitely is a little bit resource intensive, because you do need to get obsidian and diamonds and all that jazz. So this should be... I guess I only really need 2 more pieces of this, right? 2 more? No, 4 more pieces. Okay, let me let that process. I'll get the digital miner here real quick. And that is a digital miner. Okay. So, yeah, that recipe's not terrible. We just are really basic into Mekanism now. We've got all of the alloys, kind of an understanding of them as well. I think I quickly want to do one thing, because I know we haven't really been paying attention to the Mekanism chapter in here, but I kind of want to start unlocking stuff in here, and I'm pretty sure if we just get the free runners real quick, we should be able to basically unlock a large portion of this stuff pretty quickly. Did it not unlock it? So there's a whole bunch of information on these machines if you guys want to look at them. That is okay. I'm just going to click through all of this fun stuff. And we also do have access to making tiers of these machines as well, which maybe we'll do to the actual ore machine downstairs. And it looks like we do have a couple more things we can click on. And then some of it we've never actually put in our inventory. So that's a-okay. Alright. Because I think the advanced miner... I think the digital miner is pretty far up as well. Where is the digital miner? It's right here. So they want you to go through and get the elite control circuit first. Okay. Stuff I'll look at later. I was kind of hoping we could just maybe get some free stuff out of this. That's kind of what I'm using the quest book for, is to get free stuff. But yeah, the digital miner is right here, and we actually don't get anything for that. We get maybe something for that and maybe something for that. So let's go over into the mining dimension, and we're going to get this thing set up, and then we'll wrap up this episode. So it's pop over here. So the way we're going to do this, and we're of course doing this more complicated because we don't really have wireless power. So we're going to put down some things of lava on each side. Oop, accidentally just doubled that up. And we're going to get out our thermo generators. Of course, these are basic tier, so nothing to write home about. We will get a better tier later down the line and maybe make this just a little bit better overall. And I might need 2 sinks. Or I could just do this. I'll need to go grab pipes. Fluid pipes, to be precise. Because I actually don't have fluid pipes on me right now. It's the one thing I forgot about. So we're just going to toggle these to work. Oop, I did not mean to do that. Okay. And then let me just go home real quick. I'm going to go grab fluid pipes and we're back. All right, so we have the thermo generators, the fluid pipes all set up. So fluid, water is going in here to make power, and that is all going into the digital miner. So one of the things we're going to activate right away is Silk Touch. We're going to configure this to be, let's say 16 block radius. And then I think this, isn't this the one that's like, no. That's it. So we'll do that, and we're just going to do new filter, tag that. So C:/ores/iron, save, and then we're going to do tag C:/ores diamond, save, new filter, tag C:/ores redstone. Did that one wrong. And then one more, which is going to be C tags or C:/ores/gold. Okay. And then we're just going to start, and this will start mining. So this thing is already running out of power. So we're going to actually do a stop, reset config, and let's turn this to 60. And click start. So this is still struggling with power. So let's go back home real quick. I really do need to get wireless set up very soon. Very, very soon. Okay, we've got 8 energy upgrades. We're going to toss those bad boys in here. And that will allow for us to hopefully... Not enough energy, man. Oh, it's because this side's actually not completed. I thought I completed all these sides. Because I did remove them for a second and then re-add them. Because I was messing with something else. That may give us enough power. No? Do I need a couple more thermo generators? I guess I do. Okay, let me turn on auto eject so it'll go out to this barrel, by the way. And I'm going to work on getting a couple more thermo generators. And we will be good, I hope. So let me do that, and then we'll be right back. Alrighty, so I've got, what is that? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 generators going for this, and it is functioning. This is beautiful. We're getting resources. Not a whole lot of resources, but we're getting resources nevertheless. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this. So we'll actually be able to definitely, just get more iron in general. We can also, of course, get ancient debris with this thing, which will be nice. So we can start getting a lot more netherite and all of that stuff too, because that will definitely boost us up a little bit, because I don't have netherite armor. My armor still doesn't even have protection on it. So probably something I'm going to look at in the future. But yeah, so I'm going to break down this ore. I'm going to let this thing run for quite a while. I'll probably move it every so often or expand the area that it's operating, because it's still operating in a 10 block area. So we actually visualize. I don't know if it'll show us it. It may not. But yeah, so it's not as big as it was originally, but it is silk touching the ores. It is able to go decently quick, of course, without too much power loss, and that is fantastic. But thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.